Health, running, swimming, maybe yoga, that and much more on this Wednesday.
Thanks, Chris. A country star's former Bakersfield home is now on the market. The 5,000 square foot property has many great features, but the biggest is its previous owner, Buck Owens. The Now's Vanessa Romo has more details on the sale tonight.
Buck Owens lived in his Bakersfield home in the late 60s, early 70s, right across from the Bluffs. And it was there where many of Owens' hits and memories were made.
The country superstar lived in this Bakersfield home on Panorama Drive with his second wife, Phyllis, and 3 sons, Buddy, Johnny, and Michael. And on this 5,000 square foot property, 5 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms, and a pool. But the most significant part of this home, Bakersfield legend Buck Owens.
He had a lot of hit records when he lived in this house.
For 6 years, 1968 to 1974, Buck Owens was making music here.
He would have been living here when he had his last solo #1 hit, Made in Japan.
And this is where it happened. And while music was made, so were memories.
Buck threw a fundraiser for then Governor Reagan, and it was right in this area. There's a picture down at the Crystal Palace that's right in front of that fireplace right there of President Reagan and Buck.
And that's not the only memory made between Owens and Reagan. They even sang a duet together in the backyard in 1968.
President Reagan told Buck that before he became an actor, he wanted to be a singer. Well, Buck went and grabbed a guitar, and they did an impromptu duet on Buck's big song, Act Naturally, right here.
Buck's sons also had fond memories here with their dad, something nobody ever knew.
A lot of people, when they see this property, they think that Buck might have parked his tour bus in between dates out here or back there, even in that garage.
Instead, he would play basketball with his sons in that garage.
His sons, Buddy and Michael, told me there was never a tour bus here. They used that back garage to play basketball in, and both Buddy and Michael chuckled the other day when I called them, and they mentioned that Buck was a pretty tough basketball player.
And though they no longer live in this house, the memories of Buck, his music, and his family will continue to live on throughout these halls.
Buck is one of the top 5 country music artists of all time. I've been winning that discussion for 30 years with my arm tied behind my back, and this is one of the places that he lived and made hit records, and it's really a great property.
The house is being sold through Miramar International Realtors Shelley Murphy. You can contact her at 661-333-1467. For the Now, Vanessa Romo, 23 ABC.
Going beyond the call of duty, a Kern County Sheriff's deputy is getting some major love on social media tonight after he took the time to help a woman tie her shoes. Check this out. The Kern County Sheriff's Office sharing a photo this afternoon on their Facebook page of a sheriff's deputy kneeling down to tie a woman's shoes. According to the Post, after handling a call at a local care facility for the elderly, Deputy Menser noticed a woman struggling to walk because her shoes were untied. Concerned she may fall, Deputy Menser immediately knelt down to help her tie her shoes. Well, we here at the Now are looking into new claims that you may see online that coconut oil is, quote, pure poison. A Harvard scientist recently said it during a speech in Germany. This video is online and has almost 1 million views already. She says it's higher in saturated fat than butter, lard, even beef drippings. Saturated fat raises bad cholesterol levels, and experts haven't weighed in on the poison part of all of this. However, they did say we should limit coconut oil consumption because of those high saturated fat levels. Well, have you heard about this? Facebook wants to give us a reputation score, and it's not going over very well. It's another way Facebook hopes to curb fake news. The score is on a scale from 0 to 1. It's basically telling Facebook whether it should trust you when you report a post or fake news article. The point is to weed out users who flag articles they don't like as fake news. Critics say this is just setting up a private social credit system. Facebook says that's not the case. Chris?
We all know exercise is great for your health, but a new study shows one exercise in particular will improve your mental health the most. The Now's Annie Taylor with that workout.
It's not just about your physical health, it's about your mental health. And if you want to get the most out of it and the most benefits for your health, then you actually want to do group fitness. Whether it's sports with friends, spin classes, or Legree, group fitness is the place you want to be.
Turn around, you're going to face 15th Street, hands on the sides of the 2 and the 4. I love group fitness because I do believe there's power in numbers.
Squeeze your core for 3, 2, and 1. Nice job, you guys. Okay.
Thomas Obershaw says in life you can feel alone, but it's working out with others that helps him feel his best.
I think when you show up to a group fitness class, you see everyone around you that's doing the same thing and they're struggling just like you, and you don't feel alone.
The recent study published in the Journal of Lancet Psychiatry says those who exercise between 30 to 60 minutes a day have the best mental health.
When you show up and you get to release all the stress and the strife of everyday life that's in your head, this monkey brain you have all day, and when you get to forget about that for 45 minutes, it does something to you chemically and physically.
The study also found those who participated in group activities had 1 fewer poor mental health days a month and felt a 43% improvement mentally.
And 1, it's slow as you can, using your core to get there.
So I think it does a lot for your focus and for your mental well-being in general, just to be around that positive energy of joining a group of people who are all working towards a common goal together.
If you're looking to get the most out of your group exercise, team sports were rated #1 for having the most mental health benefits. Another popular group fitness class, cycling. The high-intensity cardio mixed with motivation also gave great results.
It's easy to lay in bed and stay in bed and not come, but exercise releases endorphins. It's science. When you release those endorphins, that's great for your mind and it's great for your psyche.
Good. 10 seconds.
Whether you enjoy group fitness or not, it is scientifically proven the more you exercise, the greater the benefit.
Chest is up.
For the Now, I'm Annie Taylor.
All right, Annie, thank you. And a lot more to get to in our lineup. And has this one ever happened to you? You buy a product like a face mask, maybe makeup, deodorant, then you open it, there's barely anything inside. Our investigative team getting some answers about why they do this. You're watching The Now. Let's get to the Now newsfeed. Authorities saying a serial killer claims to have killed more people. Todd Collett pleaded guilty last year to killing 7. Now he says he killed 2 more. Authorities now looking for those bodies. Well, soon the Arctic could become a hot route for shipping. Maersk, which is the largest container company in the world, says it's going to send its first ship through the Arctic next month. Temperature is opening up in that part of the world, making it possible. Now imagine no longer waiting in line for coffee. IBM with a patent for a coffee drone. Not just to deliver your coffee, but you'd actually be able to flag it down if you need a cup. But check out this, not your typical tourist picture, that's for sure. A woman taking a photo while visiting Puerto Rico, and look, she was photobombed by an iguana. Honestly, you look at this, the iguana just makes it even better. Tammy Ricks took the picture at a popular tourist spot in San Juan where you specifically don't typically see iguanas there, but it does turn out these reptiles actually outnumber people on the island. Well, books have made their way to computers, tablets, e-readers. How about this? Now Instagram will be the newest app where readers can flip the pages, and Andy Taylor's here showing us how it works.
Yeah,
Little
Chris,
screen though.
I know, little baby screen. But Chris, the New York Public Library will now post all of their books on the app. And the best part, you don't need a library card or even live in New York to check out the books. When I first heard about this, though, I thought the same thing. Like, how are they going to do this on Instagram and your phone is so small?
I know.
Well, just like Instagram stories, you will need to hold down your finger on the page so that you'll be able to read it before the next one comes up. But right now, they have Alice in Wonderland on their Instagram. It's more than 80 pages long, meaning you're going to be tapping at least 80 times. You can also just let the book play out, but of course, you'll have to be a really fast reader, and like myself, I'm not that fast. The text isn't that difficult to read, though, on the phone, which is surprising. They'll be launching more books, though, over the next couple of months. It'll include titles like The Yellow Wallpaper by Charlotte Perkins Gilman and The Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka. But I think this is pretty cool, Chris, just because there's fewer kids now who are reading books just for fun, and same goes for adults, right?
Sometimes, I'm guilty of it.
Yeah. So no more excuses to get out of the reading. All you need now is your phone and some internet connection.
Yeah, and some really strong eyes.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, all right, Annie, thanks.
We're seeing a shift in how people invest, and according to a new poll, millennials prefer cold, hard cash. The study by Bankrate looked at where different generations plan to invest, and with record high student loans and housing costs, younger generations say the stock market is just too unpredictable. 30% of them say they would prefer investing in cash and collecting interest. That's the highest percentage of any of the age groups surveyed. The poll found every older generation thinks the stock market is the best place for money long term, and most experts agree. Kirk Cameron, the famous actor who played Mike Seaver on the hit TV show Growing Pains, will be in Bakersfield to spread a very important message to married couples and parents. Tomorrow, Cameron, along with his wife Chelsea, will explain the benefits of occasionally gathering the family in the living room and take the time to refocus on the things that really matter. The event will also feature special music guest Matt Hammett. It's happening at Canyon Hills Church on Auburn Street. Doors open at 5 and the discussion goes from 7 to 10. General admission is $25 and VIP is $50. To purchase tickets to tomorrow night's event, go to our website, turnto23.com. Here at 23 ABC, we're on a mission to put more books into the hands of local children. 23 ABC is teaming up with the Kern Literacy Council to make it all possible through the If You Give a Child a Book campaign. For the first time, the community is also being invited to get involved. With each dollar raised, we're helping get books into the hands of kids living in poverty right here in our city. For more information on how you can get involved, just head over to our website, turnto23.com. And tonight may be a good night to take a book outdoors as the sun's setting. Those temperatures are cooling. It feels great outside right now, Leah.
Oh, Jessica, it is spectacular. Take a look at this gorgeous sunset. We're 95 degrees is our seasonal average. We hit 93 degrees for today. So below average temperatures. Get out there, enjoy a pretty decent air quality as well. Right now our temperature is pretty cool. We're in those lower 90s in the valley. Some 80s popping up, 89 degrees for Delano right now. Look at that. Pine Mountain Club, 63 degrees right now. It is so cool there. That must feel very nice. For tomorrow, we're looking at mid-90s for the valley. Our mountain communities in those 80s. So 95 degrees expected in Bakersfield. For tomorrow, we can see 84 degrees in Tehachapi, our Kern River Valley in those mid-90s, and then our desert communities in those upper 90s, breaking through those triple digits in Cal City and Ridgecrest. Our air quality slightly improving, an AQI of 97. That's in the moderate range for tomorrow. So as these fires are extinguished in Northern California and near Yosemite, that's going to help out our air quality. So we are on the road to recovery for our air quality. As we take a look ahead at our 9-day forecast, we can see those mid-90s for the next couple of days. We do warm up slightly into this upcoming weekend, 96 on Saturday, 97 on Sunday. But then we can see by next weekend, look at that, lower 90s. How beautiful will that feel by Wednesday, those lower 90s? That is going to be amazing. All right, well, the Now Bakersfield will be right back.
Companies are using some pretty sneaky tactics to get you to think that you're actually getting more than you are when you buy something, like think potato chips. Cosmetics also a big offender of this. But are they breaking any rules by doing this? The Now's investigator Jace Larson getting answers on that.
We all want to feel glamorous, like we're getting the star treatment. We spent $86 billion in 2017 for products that will make us feel youthful and beautiful. We bought products like anti-aging creams, wrinkle serums, and makeup.
I tend to spend a lot of money.
Alex Langer uses a lot of products.
We have, 50 different products we use. Some we use once a year, some we use every single day.
She's never really paid close attention to the amount of products she's getting when she buys those fancy bottles.
Unless you're a mathematician, you don't know what that really is.
We looked at some popular brands and found there's some tricky packaging that seems misleading.
I think that there is an ethical issue with trying to convey that there is more in a package than there really is.
Take, for example, these two different oil of Olay products. One actually has more product than the other. Can you guess which one? The one on the right. They're using a marketing term called downsizing. It started about a decade ago.
You can make your package thicker, and that way it holds less stuff. You can put a false bottom or a thicker bottom at the bottom. You can fill it not all the way to the top.
Take this bottle of e.l.f. makeup. It looks like you're getting that amount, but when you take the top off and you start unscrewing parts of it here, you can see that what you're getting is a whole lot less. And you're not even getting this full amount because there's a plug in the bottom.
Competitors have to kind of have larger and larger packages in order to convey the perception that there's more and more product in there.
You see, they can't lie on the labeling. That would be against the law. They have to be precise about what they put on the labels, and they do tell us how much is in all of the products that we looked at. But in 2014, a lawsuit was filed in New York against Unilever, claiming they were using deodorant packaging that had slack fill. As you can see in these pictures from the lawsuit, the deodorant inside was much smaller than the packaging.
We have labeling requirements. We have regulatory agencies that do oversee these things.
Something else that surprised us, we bought several types of foundation. Now, packaging can change your perception dramatically. Each one of these bottles contains the exact same amount, but because of the design of the packaging, you might think you're getting more from one over another. The truth, though, they're all the same amount.
But I would agree completely that it's very misleading to consumers. And my feeling is that if your intent is to deceive, you have an ethical issue.
It's up to you to make sure you're getting the deal you want. Pay attention and make sure you're checking the labels. Don't be deceived by some pretty packaging. I'm Jace Larson, The Now.
All right, Jace, thank you. Let's get to the Now newsfeed. And Uber paying out huge sums of money in a sexual harassment case with hundreds of former employees over discrimination and pay disparity. In November, a court will need to approve that settlement. President Trump had a lot of support at his rally in West Virginia last night, but Aerosmith Steven Tyler not happy with part of it. He is demanding the president stop using the band's songs at his rallies. The president using the band's 1993 hit, Living on the Edge, last night. Also, don't recommend this if you're on one of those low-carb diets because Olive Garden is bringing back its never-ending pasta pass. The company going to put up 23,000 all-you-can-eat passes for sale. They'll only be available for a half hour tomorrow. They are good for 56 days. Well, a 12-year-old girl who's battling leukemia has a special request for her birthday. Since she can't travel, Aspen Kelly, who you see here, is asking for postcards from around the U.S. and the world. Her mom tells us that she's received more than 1,000 so far. They've come from all 50 states and 49 countries, one even arriving from Tom Hanks. Now, Aspen lives in Oklahoma, and she's hoping to get even more in the 2 weeks left before her birthday. Great story there. Also getting back to our lineup, that pitch to pay teachers in one state a six-figure salary. Now, we're going to do some salary comparisons when the Now continues. Well, everything's bigger in Texas, but soon that could include teachers' salaries. And the Now's Kamasi Aaron's here to show us the latest effort in raising teachers' pay. How much are we talking?
Yeah, Chris. So this week, the governor of Texas, check this out. He wants to pay teachers 6 figures,
wow.
Right? No big deal, right? But educators in the Lone Star State, they are not the lowest paid in the country, but this would double their salaries. Wow. So here's a closer look at the numbers. The least a teacher can make in Texas is about $28,000 a year. The average across the state is about $52,000. Governor Greg Abbott wants to bring that to at least $100,000, if not more. So how does that compare to other professions? Well, according to CNBC, a physician assistant makes around that 6-figure salary, $100,300 a year. Physician assistants need a master's degree to get hired, but just like teachers, there's a demand for them across the country. Now, also in the medical field, nurse practitioners, they make about $101,000 a year. They also need a master's degree at least, as well as other certifications. And regional sales executives, they also are cashing out those 6-digit checks. They make about $103,000 annually. Many of these jobs are based on experience, while some employers do ask for a college degree. Now, supporters of Governor Abbott's ideas say that this could help retain teachers. Others just say this is what teachers deserved a long time ago. Right now, though, the idea is still in the works. We have to wait until January to hear about a solid plan. Chris?
All right, Kamasi, thank you. And flu shots already showing up at pharmacies. Yeah, you may have seen the signs for them. So when is it too early to get a shot for the upcoming flu season? Tomorrow on The Now, we are getting answers from a doctor about the ideal time to make sure you are protected.
Coming up tonight on 23 ABC News at 11, after this video was released of a frightening home robbery in southwest Bakersfield yesterday, naturally concerns about security were raised. Local experts are sharing some of the options you have in protecting your home from thieves. We have that and much more tonight on 23 ABC News at 11. In the meantime, we're going to talk weather again because this is exciting. Our temperatures have been absolutely wonderful lately.
Oh, yeah. And take a look at that sunset. Beautiful to go with these temperatures. 91 degrees right now here in Bakersfield. That's down 3 degrees from where we were at this time yesterday. So yesterday we peaked at 98. Today we peaked at 93. We are on that cool down, but looking like we're going to warm slightly back up over the next couple of days. Headed into this weekend, warming on up, but then by next week, don't worry, we will cool back down.
Even that being a warm up, though, is not that bad.
Oh, no.
Mid-90s? We'll take it. That's going to do it for us. We'll see you back here at 11.